Before I begin here, I understand that what's going on is that these people are assuming that I'm conservative, while I was obviously wrong to simply comment, quote, actually do stuff. Well, I'm not sure that being clearer would have helped me much because these people are very black and white. The main problem is that none of them even asked me. Only 2 or 3 people understood. Leon at Renegade Cut has been pointing tribalism out in his videos. And while this whole interaction does demonstrate tribalism, as these people just assume that I'm apologizing for the conservatives, while I'm only saying that liberals, lefties, whatever they call themselves, anybody who opposes the conservatives are all talk and no action. When did I say anything about Mitch McConnell? Like I say, this guy doesn't even question me to ask for clarity. My response to him? Some sarcasm here. Again, doesn't even think to ask me. He actually proved my point here, as ruining lives, decimating the economy, and destroying the environment would be actual efforts. What do lefties and liberals do? Vote? Argue with conservatives, knowing they will never listen because they're politically and economically sociopathic? Which is about all your precious voting accomplished. Will the government become for the people and start offering up honest and empathetic politicians, instead of favoring the fucking wealthy and corporations? Oh yeah, and beating minorities down? The quote, "your tears are delicious" remark is very telling. If Jesse had simply asked me, he would know that I'm not a conservative. No, these people are just so proud of themselves for voting Donald out, which is just scary and demonstrates how void these people are. If the left and liberals, whatever they are, and what their labels actually mean, actually did something fruitful about the clandestine government decades ago, nobody would be trying to fix America now, which is what led to Donald's election, while they heavily criticized the right for being all about owning the lefties. The conservatives who drink their fucking tears. Again, I never said that conservatives did anything legal or anything beneficial for the people or the environment. I only said that conservatives actually achieved their goals. I agree. So why didn't the revolution happen? Why wasn't Bernie elected in 2016? Maybe a revolution would never be necessary if the liberals and lefties actually did something to fix and maintain an honest government, instead of arguing and being defensive. The first reply after my aggravated calls to action, ignoring everything I've said, and went on this childish straw man of a diatribe against me. I never said the election was rigged. This guy clearly didn't read every reply. Would Donald have been in office if the government was revised when problems were initially detected? I keep asking what the fuck they are talking about, but they never explain that to me, after I've told them I'm neither a conservative nor a supporter of Donald's. I also want to point out that they insist on calling Donald names instead of saying his name. Very immature. I guess criticizing the conservatives is also an effect of this copium thing. I keep seeing this term, but I really don't care to look it up. I decided at this point that it's time to question them instead of repeat myself, which is what they fucking do with the conservatives and whomever else, and get nothing done. Make them explain instead of telling them, then arguing because they clearly won't listen or care. As Donald's supporters and the anti-civil ideologues don't listen or care. This guy just stepped into this, who neglected to read over the previous replies. This causes another problem because he's causing a snowball effect, because others may also jump in the same. Neglecting to read the entire thread over to get context and get the understanding of everybody's perspective and position on the matter. This person would know that I'm an independent and that I only said the conservatives actually exert an effort, as he proves my point on many counts by pointing all of this shit out, none of which I fucking agree with. I also explain myself a lot in my book, which nobody bought and ignored my promotions. I never said the lefties or liberals are doing nothing. I said they're only arguing with the conservatives and preaching voting. How is doing nothing a step up from the conservatives tearing America's economy apart at the expense of both the people and the environment? You fallaciously criticized me for saying that is stupid. How are you smart saying this? You don't think all who oppose the conservatives should be stepping up? You people are the ones who put your neck into their corporatist noose, as you argue with the right wing, while many of you don't even have your facts straight, or just don't know what you're fucking talking about. This whole thread shows that liberals aren't any better than the conservatives. The conservatives call them snowflakes, while these liberals or lefties aren't the sensible political ideologues they all claim to be. I'm the neutral that has come to call these lefties and liberals out, and they start strawmanning and attacking me, assuming that I'm also a conservative, even after I've clarified multiple times that I'm not, because they have no argument. No wonder America is such a fucked up circus of a shit show.